Hey guys, it's the 8th. It's like 1 a.m. and I can't sleep. I just I keep thinking about what I'm gonna say about little one, and I can't sleep. So maybe doing this will help me get it off my chest and help me sleep. So you guys do not know him, but his name is Little One, and he came to my life on July 15th, 2018. So my friend AD messaged me July 15th of 2018 and asked me if I had room for a kitten because she found a kitten, and she couldn't keep him because she had dogs. And I was like, in my head I was like, my brother's gonna kill me, but I was like, yeah, bring him here. So she brought him to me, and he was the smallest, cutest little kitten. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, like, my brother was on vacation at the time, and I didn't tell him. He found out through another source, and he told me I couldn't keep him, and so I was fostering him, which is why his name is Little One, because I didn't want to get too attached, you know. And then I saw him and Smudge laying together, and I was like, I can't split them up. So for like the first few days, if I'm correct, I was literally up like every 2 hours feeding him milk, if I'm correct. It was either 1 hour or 2 hours, just like a baby, kind of. And I actually felt what it was like to like be sleep deprived from a child. So I kept him. I found out later, a couple years later, that he was a spotted tabby. I could never find out what breed he was. He's so beautiful, and I want to show you the pictures, but I know it's not going to show up on the camera. And I'm not good at video software stuff, so like I would put a whole compilation, if that's how you say it, of photos of him from like baby to, you know, the last photo I took. But I don't know how to do that. So like I said, Little One was a spotted tabby. The day I got him, he was so small. He had looked like he just opened his eyes. I got a ride to the store and I got him some cat milk. And he was just the smallest, cutest little ball of fur. I've never had a kitten that small. I took him to the vet and they said everything looked good. He had the biggest ears. Every time that I saw him, he was practically always with Smudge. They were always cuddling. And I swear, he gave Smudge a lot of, like, love. Like, Smudge was like the daddy, and Lilith was like the mama. And he was the baby of the family. Ty was supposed to be the last cat. But, then he showed up. Ty was a tabby. So, Ty, Lilith, and Little One all died last year, all within a few months of each other, and so 2022 was really hard on me. He loved laying with me. He loved laying on my head. So I started putting one of my pillows over my head, and he would lay on the pillow. He loved socks. He would never stop with socks. Never. At an early age, he was dragging blankets, and I caught a picture of him with it in his mouth. It was a big blanket, and he still drug it off the bed. And in fact, this is the blanket, if I remember correctly. This is the blanket that he had in his mouth and drug away. I would come home from work, and there would be blankets from where he would drag them. He was strictly an indoor cat. After Ty, I was like, no more outdoor cats. So he was strictly indoors, and I felt because he was so handsome and so beautiful, I was worried someone was going to, like, pick him up. So he was strictly an indoor cat. And him and Smudge were, like, best buddies, always laying together. Smudge passed away in the summer of 21. Specifically, March 9th, 2021. Okay, I'm a little early. I knew that because it was a few days after my birthday. That was really hard. Little one then began to lay with Lilith. I did not live over at the house because I couldn't handle my brother and my dad. So I saw them when I could, sometimes on the weekends, and I hated it, but I just mentally, I was struggling. I was, like, breaking. Smudge died. I quit my job because I know that, trust me, I know that, like, everything dies. Trust me, I know. But I had Smudge since I was a kid. That was hard. And then Lilith, so 2022, I'm up in Ohio because I just traveled, like, a week to my grandfather's funeral, and I went from Missouri back to Ohio, and I had to have my brother come up and get me. And not even 5 minutes, they're 5 minutes away, and I get a call from my brother James saying that Ty got ran over by a car and was dead. So, that happened June 4th, 2022. But she came to me May 12th, 2017. So, I don't know how old little one was when he came to me. So I just called his birthday the day that I got him. So we literally flew home, like drove as fast as we could, like packed my stuff up and left to try to get home and bury her, and that was so hard. Like, I will never forget that day that we finally got there. I don't know what time it was in the morning, and, like, my dad was quiet and sullen, and I knocked on the door. And he came and opened the door, and a little bit later he gave me her collar. You know that moment where, like, everything becomes true. Like, you know it happened, but, like, actually seeing it with your own eyes, it all becomes real, right? And I hug him, and I walk outside, and my brother left her, in a box kind of thing, like, away from predators and stuff, so I could bury her. And I buried her. And then, not too long after that, needed a little vacation because, like I said, it was not a fun year. My grandfather died. Ty died. First year death anniversary of Smudge. And then and then my brother comes up in the room when we're out at the lake. And he tells me that Lilith died. And I was like, "You're joking, right?" I'm like, like, but no, he was serious, and it finally hit me, and I finally called, and then my sister-in-law came and got me, and we went back home, and we buried her. Smudge was, I think, 21 or 22, and Lilith was either 22 or 23. They were both very old. And Ty did not do well. Sorry, oh my word. Little one didn't do well being the only cat. So I was trying to do everything I could to get him out of that house so we could live together, and I can get him another cat so he won't be so lonely. And September 7th, my brother Chris texted me saying that the little one was sleeping all day and he was acting a little weird, and I was like, oh no. I was like, please, no, please, no. Like, I treated my cats like they were my babies, okay? Mama's instinct. I was like, no. I was like, no, please, no. I was like, no. I'm like, please don't. Please don't do this. And I prayed. I asked if he could, when he was done with work, if he could come get me and take me to be with him, because I knew it was his time. Like, I knew it. And I refused to fall asleep. I was like, I'm not falling asleep. Because if he has to die without me, I want him to know that when he dies, I'm here thinking about him, and I love him. But tiredness gave in, and I must have fallen asleep about 2 a.m., 3 a.m., I don't know. And it was 5 a.m. September 8th, my brother Chris woke me up, and he told me that little one had passed away, and I have never been so out of it in my life. Like, not even the sergeant. I had to get him to repeat it a few more times. I was like, his birthday was, shortly before the lake, and I went over there before we left for the lake, and I celebrated little one's birthday. I am so thankful that I did, because I celebrated every birthday for him, but I didn't, like, have pictures and stuff, if you know what I mean. I was so thankful that I did, because, he wouldn't be turning another year old, and, so, somehow my mind put it together, and I got dressed, and we went over there, and I buried him. And then, like, I couldn't stop bawling. And I was holding my baby. And I kid you not. I didn't understand. I really didn't. I still don't, but, I'm not God. God has a plan. So, I can't believe it. I remember looking at him like I will never forget. And again, it all comes so real when I saw the body. and I buried him, and I went ahead and got all of the cat things, since there was no point of them being over there anymore. And they were like, you don't have to do this now. And I was like, yes I do, because I don't know when I'll be coming back over here. And I honestly find it hard going back there, going in the house, and they're not there. So anyways, I didn't expect to be such a waterworks, I guess. I really needed to get it out. He was a scaredy cat. He wasn't afraid of kids until my nephew, Thor. He was scared of Thor. And every time kids came in the house, he would go running. And he would generally find his way to me, and he would sit under the chair, and I would put my arm underneath the chair, and I would pet him. And like I said, I spent the weekends over there at the house spending time with the cats. And this one weekend, Mills was on me, and so was the little one, and he actually stretched out his paw and put it in my hand. I even have pictures. And I couldn't come to him like I could with Smudge and Lilith and just pick him up. No, he had to come to me. I couldn't just pick him up and put him on my lap. Nope, he would not even last but like a minute in my arm, maybe 10 seconds, and he'd be bustling out of my arms. Smudge and Lilith wanted cuddles and attention, and I guess that's why I like senior cats the best, because they're awesome. So, I had never, not had an animal. So, I kid you not, I hardly got out of bed. And I know as a Christian you're not supposed to ask why. You know, you're not supposed to ask why God, because, you know, this is his plan. But I was stuck in bed, and I couldn't get out of it. I couldn't get out of bed, and I felt like my life didn't matter anymore. Because without my children, because they're like my children, they're the only children I'm ever going to have, because I can't have children with myself. It felt like nothing mattered anymore. Because I had no purpose in life anymore, and I was so depressed. I didn't talk to a lot of my friends. I was like radio silent. And then 10/2/2022, Sophia shows up. And I needed it. She got me out of my funk, and she's the only reason I've been able to, like, breathe this past year. I'm not gonna lie, Lilith's first year death anniversary didn't hit me this hard, and I think it's because of how old she was versus a 4-year-old cat. But when my niece turned 5, it hit me kind of hard, because shortly after her birthday I got little one, and it hit me really hard when his birthday came around, because he would never turn 5, you know. I mean, I believe he's turning 5 in heaven, but it's just so hard when you love someone and they're gone, and, you know. But I do believe that I will see him again. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see lots of photos of the cats and Sophia. So, yeah. I think that's pretty much the story of Little One. He's such a beautiful cat. He's white, and he had spots, but he also had like a striped tail, and he was just so handsome, and I loved him so much, and I am just grateful that God sent him to me, and I'm glad for all the animals that I've had. But if I'm being honest, I am still very much a cat person. I love this girl. I did not mean to be such a crybaby, but, yeah, so, I don't know how today's gonna go. I thought about going over to the house and leaving some flowers on his grave, but like I said, I honestly find it very hard going to the house, walking in there, and there's no cat, so I don't know how that's gonna go. Today is Thursday, right? No, today is Friday, you idiot. Sorry. So my cycle started on Wednesday, and I'm 5 days early, and, I've been having really bad cramps with it, and it's making my sides hurt, and for some reason, they just hurt so bad, and so when my bladder gets full, and my bladder doesn't really work because it's paralyzed, the urine backs up into my kidneys, and it makes it hurt worse. I don't think I did a video yesterday, Thursday. I did go to PT, and I think I was gonna do a video, because, I mean, obviously, because, like, my hair is washed, you know, and I'm like, you know, but, I had energy, and then I came home, and I did stuff, and then I got in bed, and because of cramps, I didn't. So, oh my word, I'm so sorry that I cried so much, but, last year was not a fun year for me, but I got through it, and I cannot wait to see my babies again. So, that's the story of little one. If I forget anything, I'm sure I'll mention it. I think I got everything. Like I said, I'm not good with, videos except for TikTok, and even then, I find that annoying. But, you would have to go to my Instagram to see him, and he's just so beautiful and handsome and adorable, and I loved him. I loved all my animals to death, but like I said, I believe in heaven, and I believe it's not the end. It's not goodbye. See you soon. So, maybe now I can actually try to sleep. Yeah, I know this video is probably already really long, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it. If I end up doing another video later, you'll see. If not, then I'll see you tomorrow, or whenever I see you next. So, in case you're new to the channel, this is Saphira. Alright, see you guys later. Take